Today I am going to show you how you can build a calculator with Adobe Flash Professional and the MathParser component library. On the screen I have an ActionScript 3 project in Flash Professional CC. This demonstration targets Flash Player 11.8. The code is placed in frame 1 of the main timeline and is fairly simple. All this is two text fields, one dynamic text field, input, and one text field I have to display the output. At the bottom is an event listener that listens for a key down event. If there is a key down event with the return key, event code 13, the code will then do something. In this case it will just take the text I have in the input text field and display it in the output text field. I will test this code. And I see that it works. If you would like to take some time with this code, you can go back in the video, pause, and copy the code if you want. At this point, if we want our code to execute, add 1 plus 1, we would have to write a great deal more code, especially if we want to execute some more elaborate equations. As you know, or maybe you don't, we cannot just tell the Flash player to display the mathematical result of a string. There are lots of things we must do, including identifying parts of our string as a number, parsing that number, converting results to string, as well as arranging our equation in an array, identifying operators, and managing brackets. But we're not going to do that. We're going to use the component library, MathParser for Flash Professional, to do the work for us. So let's go get the library and see how it works. Open our web browsers and go to sourceforge.net. Search for MathParser. We will find it here, MathParser Flash Pro. And we can download this component SWIC file, which I have. Go to Downloads, and drag the zip file to the desktop. And extract the files. Open the folder and you will find the sample files, which will explain various things such as the syntax used by MathParser. The library is a SWIC file in the lib folder. Now we will go back to our ActionScript 3 project and click File, Publish Settings. In Publish Settings, click the wrench next to Script, ActionScript 3. Click the Library Path tab, and click the icon with the flash symbol. You can then browse to the SWIC file in the folder we just placed on the desktop, and select that. The SWIC file should be added to the list of library paths. Click OK. We can now use our new library by creating a new MathParser object. I will name this new object myP. Variable myP MathParser equals new MathParser, open closed brackets. I will also define a new string variable named str. The MathParser object will add 4 more methods to our Flash library. In our function which detects the return key down, I will give my new string the value of the input text field text. I will then initiate the MathParser object myP to evaluate our string with the eval method. myP dot eval open bracket followed by the name of the string, closed bracket, semicolon. This will evaluate the string and I can call for the result by adding my p dot answer, open closed brackets, semicolon, as a value to the output text field. And test the code. I see an error has occurred. That is a very good point. Since the value returned by calling the answer method is a number value, I must convert the number to a string value in order to use it as text in my text field, by writing dot to string, open closed bracket, and test my code again. As you can see, our code is now evaluating the string value as a math equation and returning a number as an answer. Some things you must keep in mind while evaluating equations such as these are mathematical order of operation, which varies depending on which region you are in. For example, the United States uses different rules to evaluate equations than Canada, and if you are in India, the format can be completely different. MathParser is using the order of operations format relative to the United States. Also keep in mind errors will occur when your users enter a math expression with incorrect syntax. MathParser has two methods for handling errors: error code, which returns the code of the error, and error table, which returns a table of error codes as a string value. I can easily call these methods so that I can use them in my code. I will use the trace method. Trace, open bracket, my p dot error code, open closed bracket, semicolon. And trace, open bracket, my p dot error table, open closed bracket, semicolon. The error code and a table of error codes is traced to the output panel. Using this component should save some time in writing code which should be used constructively. Take a vacation in the Bahamas or join a softball team. This concludes this tutorial.